This example is simplifying an expression using the fundamental trig identities, and what we're going to do is we're going to do trig substitution. So we're going to substitute one of the trig functions into an expression and then simplify it. So here's what we give you. We say let x equal the tangent of theta. And then it's going to be in that first quadrant here. So here's 0, here's pi over 2. And what we want to do, we want to express it for the square root of 4 plus x squared. So what we're doing is we're substituting x, which is 2 tangent of theta, in for x. So I have this expression down below. So we're subbing it in right there. So we have the square root of 4 plus, and now I'm going to replace that x with 2 tangent of theta squared. Now I'm going to simplify this piece right here. We're going to take 2 times 2, and then the tangent of theta squared. And then we'll leave everything else alone for now. All right. So now 2 times 2. So 2 squared is 4. And then the tangent of theta times the tangent of theta is tangent squared of theta. Now I'm going to go ahead and take out the greatest common factor from these two terms, the GCF. The greatest common factor for those two terms is 4. So when I pull out the 4, I'm left with 1 plus tangent squared of theta. Now you may recognize this parentheses right here. Or you may not. You may have to be a little more comfortable with your Pythagorean identities. This is a Pythagorean identity, and you can replace it with secant squared of theta. 1 plus tangent squared of theta equals secant squared of theta. So I can take this piece and replace it with that whole parentheses. So now we have the square root of 4 times, now I'm replacing that whole parentheses with secant squared of theta. I'm going to continue simplifying. So I'm going to split up this square root. Just lost my smartboard again here. I'm going to split up this square root into the square root of 4 times the square root of secant squared of theta. Well, the square root of 4 is 2. The square root of secant squared is the secant of theta. So there is my final answer. I did pull this from a textbook. I thought it was a really nice explanation. They went through and clarified each step. So the first thing we did is we replaced it with 2 tangent of theta. We then multiplied it. This is your Pythagorean identity. And then we square rooted it. So they did give you a second example that you can try in this book. I thought it's pretty self-explanatory. They took a couple pictures and threw those pieces in for you. So that's how you can use trig substitution. Take x equals the tangent of theta and throw it right into there.